Welcome to the live stream podcast. It's Vincent speaking and
Jess speaking.
So today we're very happy to have Ansgar in our show, and we can talk about the topics concerning about Germany and economic side and comparison with Taiwan and sustainability topics generally. So welcome, Ansgar.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you for having me in your podcast. Yeah,
No problem. So Ansgar, which time you've been to Taiwan before today?
I've been to Taiwan twice before, but that was a long time ago. That was all pre-COVID, so It's been a few years. The last time we met here, I think this was 2019, end of 2019, and beginning of 2019 to be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear that you're saying the difference before COVID or after the COVID. Yeah, seems there's really existing difference. Yeah, between the times.
Yeah.
And many things changed, right?
Absolutely. It had a great impact on life in general, economic all around the globe, and so it changed all of our lives. All around the world.
Yeah, here in Taiwan, we do the jobs, manufacturing products. We felt really quite a different situation. And I'm wondering, what's the difference in the nation of Germany? What's the difference you felt?
Yeah, there has been a lot of impacts. Of course, has been supplies, right? Supplies all around the globe, because we're all dealing with international chains here.
Yeah.
Had a huge impact, of course. Then, of course, all the regulations, restrictions due to quarantine restrictions that we had to overcome. Germany has for a long time had a great problem in terms of digitalization. I think in this case we got a huge boost. We went from 0 to 100 in terms of going into home office, working from remote places. That was something Germany wasn't prepared for. We could see that very much in the schooling system. There was basically no foundation laid for remote work, for digital solutions. So that all had to be done really, really quickly. And for some cases, it worked for the better. For some, not so much. But it brought us forward quite a bit.
The remote working, I think it's really quite a new style, especially for the manufacturing industries. That's quite a new try for them, and people seems to realize the advantage to doing that. And is it a big change into your company?
Absolutely, yeah. We didn't have any remote working opportunities before.
Yeah.
Since then, we realized that it works very, very well. So people can work remotely very well, and it's become part of the company's culture. And by now I would say it's something that is mandatory, right? I mean, as a company in Germany, you're not really able to get good employees if you would not offer remote work. People kind of demand it nowadays.
Because we used to cooperate with the factory line, that in the factory face to face, and right now we can remote it. It seems a amazing change that we can do that before, but we choose not to do. But right now seems something changed the mindset of our bosses.
Absolutely,
somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they experience that it works, that people like it, that people work productive from home or remote places. It introduced so much new technology to the whole business, and it in many ways eased up processes. Things can be done very, very quickly now, and I think this was a huge benefit.
Okay, I'm curious about the real situation now in Germany, because I learned from some news that saying Germany seems gradually lost its heading advantage in some ways. How you can say that?
This is definitely true. We have a decline in our economy since most definitely for this whole year, and to be honest, this will be ongoing for the next year. We can see a huge decline. Many companies are looking for alternative places to produce, because we have few problems striking in Germany. This is, of course, lack of digitalization. This is huge, or rising costs in terms of energy supplies. It's we have a workforce that is very, very old, and we have to somehow manage the problem of getting new people in. So there's a combination of problems to the whole decline of the industry in Germany. That's why we maybe not have recovered as quickly as others. So we're huge in the manufacturing sector, exporting a lot. So all those factors come into place when other countries don't import as much anymore as they used to. Then the German economy, of course, takes a hit. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess it's more or less like dragged by the energy issue.
It's one of the issues.
One of the issues. Yeah, that's sad. But maybe there's more reasons influenced. Seems complicated.
It's a whole set of influence factors, of course. Yeah. The energy thing is just adding up to the problem. I mean, if you have energy intensive industries, for instance, such as chemical industry or plastic manufacturing industry, then of course this comes into play, of course.
Yeah, and I think since you're working in the plastic manufacturing company, right? So is it also a big impact for your company from economic side of thinking or others?
Of course that impacted us, but we also have a lot of impact from other factors. This is more mainly is it impacting our customers.
Okay, your customers
through the impact that the whole situation has on our customers. That's why we are impacted.
Okay,
second line. Yeah.
Can you point that which kind of industries or locations influence the most?
All sorts of machine building.
Machine building.
Machine builders. It's automotive is of course the next sector. So it depends. There's several industries who are influenced, of course. Yeah, there's some who are more influenced, some are less. But it's quite hard to finger point. Let's say one industry in particular.
All right. But yeah, for Taiwan, I think it's reasonable. One of the main industries is machine building as well, and we also have a large impact in especially those companies located in central Taiwan. Yeah, they had a very bad year in 2023, and it's really sad to tell. But we're not strong in the automotive industry, but we can feel that from any kind of informations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you're huge in semicon, right? So.
Yeah. The semiconductor industry is really good, I think.
They don't have any problems, right?
Yeah. I think the whole map is changing in Taiwan. We can tell that we're very strong in that way, which is the semiconductor. But for others, that's really not good for others. How do you say it, Chase?
I think the situation in the whole world is the similar. I'm curious, do you think the main point, the main segment in the future, in your country or in your opinion, we should focus on which market it will grow up again? By the way, I'm in the high technology, in the traditional.
Okay, in the traditional fields. So we of course, huge industries, for example, like the chemical industry, is very strong in Germany, right? We have BASF, we have Bayer, Henkel. We have these huge chemical companies who are all located in Germany, but who are now, of course, all located all around the world. Yeah, there is a huge fear those companies might go away and might shift somewhere else. For example, BASF just started building a huge plant in the Middle East, a 10 billion euro project. Of course, that happens. They have to shift somewhere. Yeah, they have certain advantages if they're shifting there. But in general, the perspective from those industries is also that they still believe in Germany to produce. So I'm pretty sure, and we will not lose machine building. Automotive will always be there. Of course, we have some automotive companies are, of course, also producing abroad. For example, Mercedes and Volkswagen producing in China. But for some points, that's also mandatory, right? I mean, they have to produce in China, for example, to be so that they will be able to sell the cars there, right? That in many cases is a point. So they will spread out all over the globe, of course. Part of globalization, also part of supply chain security and securing the overall spread of the company. But in general, I think there will always be parts of those companies located in Germany.
Okay. So I think the point is to change the situation, to break through it from the current, like considering China issue or others strategy thinking to have a foreign factories, right?
Well, I think that's our strategy of risk minimization, right?
Yeah. Okay.
If you're just located in one place, it's pretty risky.
Just like TSMC doing. Maybe, yeah. How about the industry of your company doing the plastic, right?
Yeah.
You're producing plastic semi-finished products.
Yeah, we're producing a lot of stuff.
Do you feel anything change through these years?
Of course. Well, first of all, we had supply issues as well, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone. So we had to get creative, find workarounds, introduce or invent new products that are more flexible. In general, I think one of the major shifts we've been undergoing through the last few years is the environmental factor. Right? That is just a huge factor. I mean, we're not in the field of producing single-use plastics. We're in the field of high-performance plastics, but also in the field of high-performance plastics, we have to focus more and more on our environmental footprint, on materials which are reusable, on integrating more regrain volumes into our recipes, making more use of waste plastics. And those are all topics that are very, very much in the focus right now and will be very much in the focus for the next years. Yeah.
Okay. So seems like your company trying to do something in green style. And by first step, I can imagine to reuse it as much as possible and even to reproduce into something different, right?
If possible, yes. First of all, we're taking all measures to get as CO2 neutral as possible.
Yeah.
In terms of energy consumption, dealing with waste, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but also we're getting really creative and like trying to find new ways what could be done from waste plastics. For example, there's a project where we've now created a bike that is been made from recycled plastics. So there's for example, there's a company that has been collecting fishing nets in the sea in the Netherlands. And from those, let's say, recaptured and abandoned fishing nets, they have made granules. And they were able to build a frame for a bike out of those plastics that were basically recaptured from the sea.
Yeah.
So, that's all interesting new projects people are looking at. So there's a lot to do in this sector,
Yeah, it's interesting that to see any kind of creation concerning of these topics. How's your company trying to do that? I mean, what's the reason behind to drive you to move forward to this direction? By the government or by customers or any kind of reason to go green?
There's many reasons. One is, of course, governmental restrictions and laws, of course, that you have to follow. Then, of course, there's a huge will that we ourselves want to be greener, more sustainable. And of course, it's customer demands. Of course, they have the same, or they are underlying the same regulations and registrations as we are, and so they have to fulfill the norms as well. And that's, of course, when they turn to their suppliers and say, like, hey, we need this and this and this, or we want to go green on this one. How can you help us? We need to being able to tell the CO2 footprint of the, let's say, car seat we're building. So we need to know the CO2 footprint of each component. And so, that's why we're getting there. We're trying to work our CO2 footprint as much down as possible so that we can then determine it for every part that we produce.
So did you literally report any kinds of carbon footprint reports to your customers?
Oh yes, yes, yes. We can do that. Yeah, for many of our products. Yeah, and we're working on being able to do that for all of our products.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Seems it's reasonable to
absolutely.
do
Yeah.
that. And I think in Taiwan now, it's really must to do at the time. I think we just started our own carbon trade platform, right?
Yeah.
The whatever it will become in the future, but it's a start, and we kind of a little bit behind the schedule, but we're trying to catching it up.
I wondering, you do the green plastic, right? So the pressure is more come from internal or outside? Your government, your law, or your internal?
It's of course something that we would like to emphasize and to do, but it's of course it's governmental rulings and customers who just have the same demands. So yeah, that's why you will basically have to adapt to this. But we're also a very creative company, so we also always like to find new ways to do interesting things, and so we are pretty creative in creating platforms where we can now trade regrain granules, and where we will reuse our products. Customers can send in used products, and we will recycle them. So yeah, I think it's also something that we just like to invent new stuff. That's why we do a lot of interesting new stuff as well. Yeah.
The reason I ask because in Taiwan, the most of the company is pushed by the government, not by internal.
Okay.
Yeah, because it means maybe
All
you
your
will,
customers.
maybe you will raise the cost. So I think, in your opinion, how do you take a balance between the green product and the cost rise?
I mean, there's always a cost involved, right? If you want to be CO2 neutral or environmental friendly, then the cost goes up. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, if it's requested and demanded, that's what people are willing to pay, and then that's how it's done. Yeah.
Or we can say it's inevitable investing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can imagine that the customer force will be larger than the law. Yeah, eventually. Yeah, making money is the first thing.
True.
So, can you a little bit summarize the future of the plastic, considering the green thing that we're talking about? Did you see any kinds of directions in decades later, or any kinds of situation?
Yeah, we have made a lot of developments in terms of new materials involving a lot of regrain, means stuff that is, or let's say waste that is like production waste, that we will incorporate into the process right away, right on the machine again. Also using a lot of regrain that we collect. We build training platforms for regrain. We're just very, very much involved in this, and this is a trend that you can see all through the industry. Right now other major companies are starting the same thing. I knew quite a few big German plastic producers who are now doing the same thing. Yeah, they kind of ask their customers to send back waste material so that they could reuse it or reincorporate it. That's mainly for the high performance plastics.
Yeah.
When we look at single-use plastics, there will have to be biocomposable recipes that are going to be more and more important in the future. And just thinking of alternatives than all of the single-use plastics. I think this is the two major directions that we're going.
Sounds like the cost will be the second priority, and the green would be the first considerable reason to make it happen.
Definitely. And there's interesting concepts, right? I mean, I've seen supermarket in Malaysia now starting to wrap fruits not in plastic anymore, but in banana leaves. So interesting. Let's see where this takes us. Yeah.
All right. So, do you think it's anything different from Germany to Taiwan? What do you think through these trips?
No, I mean, for me, going to Taiwan is basically like going to southern Germany, right? No, of course.
How do you think Taiwan, or even the comparison to Taiwan and China?
Taiwan is a great country. I mean, you come to Taiwan, experience very, very friendly people. It's a great culture. To me, I love the food. It's incredible. Yeah, I really like it. And what I like about Taiwan so much, it's a really, really green island. I mean, you can really feel and experience that you're
green from the trees.
Green from the trees, yes, and trying to become green in terms of industry and economics. But no, you're experiencing, you're getting into Southern Asia, right?
Yeah,
it's like the border to Southern Asia, and it's. I mean, yeah, sure, that's the same on mainland China if you're down in Hong Kong, but that's compared to northern China. It's different. Feel cultural differences as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, in general, I love Taiwan very much. I enjoy being here. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to being here again. Yeah.
So another curiosity I had: do you have any expectations for your business in Taiwan? How can Taiwan grow from your plan? Of course, from your product selling.
Very interesting. Well, I mean, I brought a lot of new products which we developed throughout the last 4 years because we haven't been here for a long time. I'm very interested to see and to experience how the Taiwanese market developed.
Yeah.
Because I've been in China the week before, and I happened to realize that within the last 4 years, the Chinese market completely changed. Mm-hmm. That was very interesting to see. I'm very excited to see what happened to the Taiwanese market and how we were able to tackle that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So far, we're going to start visiting customers tomorrow, so I'm going to be excited to see what happens. Yeah.
All right.
So finally, because our channel is talk about career, so can you give me Taiwanese employees some advice if we want to work in a foreign company? What skill they should have?
If you want to work for a foreign company here in Taiwan, I mean, of course it's mandatory to speak at least English. The more fluent, the better, I would say. That's like one of the main priorities. But in general, it's like be open, be clever, be smart.
Team player.
Be a good team player, sure. We are nice people to work with. Yeah. Okay. So no, it's that's basically it. So I think the main hurdle is communication and language. Yeah, you just have to be open in terms of how you communicate, and you have to be clear, and therefore a good understanding of each other. That's the main point. Right? And come over to Germany. We'll come over here, and then we get to know each other, and then it mainly works out quite well, right? That's at least what we experienced throughout the last few years.
What the biggest difference between a Taiwan employee and a German employee, do you think?
Difference in terms of what?
The personality or...
Well, it's different to tell because in general, everyone's created differently, right? And everyone has a different mindset. So it's hard to tell. There might be people who might be a little quieter. There might be people who might be a bit more loud and a bit more open or direct. But I think this is difficult to answer. I think maybe maybe here in Taiwan, people might be a bit more, not as outgoing as we might be, right? I think this is one of the major differences, maybe not being as direct as we would be. Yeah, I think this is always a point that we might be very, very harsh and direct, which is normal for us. So we deal with each other like that. Yes, but there again, I think we then just have to adapt to each other, get to know each other, and then we kind of find a ways to work with each other. So
the last questions from my side would be, how do you think generally for typically German, concerning about the situation between Taiwan and China? Do you think it's dangerous or no idea? Or
it's of course a topic that concerns us. because I mean we are witnessing conflicts like this all around the world at this point. If something like that happens, that is a catastrophe. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But at least maybe for me personally, I don't feel any kind of dangerous phenomena around me.
Good. That's perfect, and I'm very relaxed right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a really tricky situation we have for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's not so dangerous.
Okay.
I think generally, at least you can see around you.
Yeah, sure.
Taiwanese, no one's worried about it.
Everything's relaxed. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
But yeah, we will see. I think luckily we have the company called TSMC, and we always consider it as we call it a silicon shield, that we can protect us from any kinds of attack. So luckily we have the life in Taiwan, and it's quite good. And would you recommend any kind of foreigners going to Taiwan to visit?
Everyone who asks me, I'm telling them, go visit Taiwan. It's a beautiful country.
Thank you very much.
It's very nice people. Meet them. It's just a very nice place to be.
Thank you, Oscar.
You're very welcome.
Accept our interview. Thank you to come to Taiwan.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.